Ravish from Mumbai, the city I call home. I'm on my way to fetch my beautiful bride to be. Your next Band Baajaa Bride Dulhan. She's the love of my life. She's beautiful, and mind you, I must say, she's a very strong-headed, career-oriented woman.
Hi, I'm Taruna Upadhaya, 29 years of age, working in a multinational organization as a senior brand manager. Coming from a forces background, I don't really belong to any particular city, but have been living in Mumbai for more than 6 years now. I've made it as my new dream of life and I'm really loving it. My makeover journey with Band Baajaa Bride started with Ravish coming over to my hostel to fetch me and take me to meet Mr. Sabyasachi, a dream come true.
You know, Ambika, I was just wondering that it must be so difficult to balance a career and a marriage in India. I mean, these modern girls with their focus on marriages and weddings. What do you think?
I agree, and I think for working women to begin with, it's hard to even find a husband. I mean, where do they get the time?
Hi Sabya, hi Ambika.
Hi, how are you guys?
Hi Taruna, come and sit.
Please.
You know, I'm going to leave the heavy conversations for later, but I'm going to ask you something very strange and stupid. How many people tell you that you look like Soha Ali Khan?
Okay, a lot. Lots of friends, a lot of strangers at shopping malls and...
Is that why you fell in love with her? Was one of the reasons that she looks like Soha Ali Khan?
Well, Soha Ali Khan is very beautiful, but she has her own identity, and which is what I fell in love with.
Lovely, confident husband, confident wife. Fantastic.
The new age couple.
The new age couple.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure's all ours.
You know, I also want to say something that you share a lot of commonality between yourself and my sister. My sister got married at 29, which according to India is a very late age to get married. And she also got married through a matrimonial site. And I believe that both of you met through a matrimonial site.
Absolutely,
I'm very intrigued to know your story. So please tell me.
To share this, my story goes backwards about 5.5 years back. So when I was doing my engineering in my final year, I came down to Bombay to do an internship. And that's when I started working. That's when my father popped up a question one fine day and said, so if you have someone, you let us know. And if you need our help, you let us know. And I was zapped because for me and for family, it was always education which was very important. But marriage was something which I felt was an eventual thing that happens to everybody. But the question was where to begin from. My day would begin at 6 a.m. in the morning, and by the time I would come back in the whole rush of the corporate work that I would be entertaining, I did realize that it wasn't really happening. As far as the male species was concerned, I was only meeting them at work, and most men who I would meet would be seniors and would be married already. So the big thing around was that, okay, now how do you go about it? One of my relatives enlightened me, stating that why don't you go ahead and put yourself on a matrimonial website and try and figure if there is somebody somewhere there for you. Initially, with a lot of inhibition in my heart and skepticism of being on a website, commercially putting myself up there, I had all sorts of thoughts clouding my mind as to how could I be on a website pushing out my photograph and telling the world who I was and why would I want to get married to someone through a digital mode.
So Taruna, how long did it actually take from the time your profile was posted on the matrimonial site till the time you actually found the love of your life?
Well, it's been a story of 5.5 years.
Are you trying to tell me that it took 5.5 years for you to find him on a matrimonial site?
Being on the website, when I met saw so many profiles, I met people, I spoke to them. There was more and more chaos every day in the mind that I'm speaking to some person and he shares his heart out saying, I've had 8 and 9 dead relationships in the past. And it hits you that someone who's had 9 bad relationships, is 10th going to be really good for him? Does he even need a person like me, or does he need a psychologist around?
Right.
Right? And then there were others who would have reached an age, or even if they were my age, but have never taken care of their health. They would be pot-bellied and really be receding hairline and big fat glasses. And the question was, is it because I'm on the website? Do I need to now forget my dream of, that fairy tale which we all have? That one Prince Charming, that knight on the horse who's going to come down and on you. Sorry that I sound like a teenage girl right now.
That's absolutely fine, we all are.
But now, when you want to make a choice of the right man in your life, A, you don't see them, B, you get rejected, and then obviously there is going to be immense amount of rejection in your heart.
Did you start blaming yourself? Did you think that maybe you shouldn't have been so good looking or so smart? Was there a lot of insecurities building up inside you?
You know what? I stopped believing that I used to look good, or rather, I do
Really?
look good. Yeah, because I felt that there was something which was telling people about my personality, maybe my body language, maybe the pictures that they see, that she's not worth enough to be part of a family.
This actually sums up the India that we are in today. At one level, there is progression, but at the other level, even in a very progressive society, there is extreme regression with which women of today are treated.
I'm sure in all our Bollywood movies, when we've seen his father would remove his pagdi and put it on the floor.
Right.
I could feel that so closely in my father's life when
Right.
he would outrightly go out, make phone calls to I'm sorry.
No, carry on.
But at the same time, what used to hurt me most was my father's a gazetted officer, he's a well-respected man.
Right.
And he has to put his head down and speak for me. And that's when it used to hurt me when my father would tell me, Beta, so-and-so family jaake baat kar lo. Or baat kariye to they do not reply you back. And that's when my dad would call back and tell me, it's okay, why don't you just go out and meet? And I'm like, why are we doing this? Do we really need this? And then there are several demands that families own, and I'm not talking subject of dowry, but subject of a human being, where they want the person not to be studying further, not to be working anywhere, come back home, live with that family, do what you want to do. We live in a joint family, come become part of our house. Yes, I would love to do that. Who wouldn't want a family?
I could feel the sense of pain which she has gone through, and brought me closer to her and hold her hand and tell her that everything's going to be all right.
I want to know, how did you guys meet? So how did the picture come up and you're like, oh my god, he's the man, or he saw you? What happened?
There's a very, very funny story behind it.
I set up a profile about 1.5 years back, and I kept meeting people from the website. I was looking for that feeling where I would say, yes, this is the right match. But that feeling was really not getting on to me. So at that point in time, I reached out and expanded my horizons to reach out to people who are more than my age as well. At that point in time, I found Taruna's profile, which felt right to me in every possible way. Luckily, the same day, Taruna's mom was on the website and was actually looking through the filtered list, and by chance, she accepted my profile.
So your mother was the matchmaker, huh?
You know what? I owe 2 lives to her now. One, bringing me on this earth, and second is this new life that I'm taking forward. I totally owe it to her big time.
She's obviously completely besotted by you. It's not the other way around. So I am first going to make you very happy. I'm going to do a sherwani for him as well.
Oh, really?
Absolutely.
Oh my god, okay. Congratulations.
I think you're like a marriage made in heaven. This is a true love story. This is a modern love story, but I think it's very traditional, very timeless. And just tell me, what do you all want?
Your website had a statement around what you had written, which said that the beauty of an Indian skin and an Indian woman is in red.
Fantastic. You know, people are so judgmental about women in high heels and short skirts. But here is a woman in a high heel and short skirt who wants to wear a red lehenga, which is fantastic. On that note, I just want to say, there is a new addition to our show. We have one of India's finest jewelers. They're probably one of India's biggest. Tribhuvandas Bhinji Zaveri, the original. They make the most beautiful jewelry, and I'm first going to take you jewelry shopping because I want you to see some spectacular jewelry. Let's decide on the jewelry and then let's build a lehenga around it. And both of you leave the lehenga to me and to Destiny. This is a marriage made in heaven.
So let's have a Sabyasachi party.
Absolutely. And on behalf of Ambika, me and everybody and all those people who are struggling to get married on matrimonial sites, we wish you a very happy married life.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.